Hi gun people! Texas, nice sunny day here. Finally, that rain came out. Well, my pond is full. It ain't never been this full since it's been dug. But I can't easily see the water back here, and can't really see it because I have the camera down here. See that target up there? I know everybody's gonna say I'm full of crap because I didn't I didn't do it on camera, but that little bitty target out there, I'm not sure where I hit it. I haven't went out and looked at it, but I picked up this little 45 long Colt. That thing from right here is 72 yards. Yeah, 72 yards. So I don't know how many feet that is, but that target's out there about 72 yards, and I just picked up. Actually, I didn't pick it up. It followed me home from a pawn store. Let me get this out a little bit so I can show the gun. I've always kind of wanted a little Colt 45, and it isn't a Colt. It's a wow. This thing kind of, that's as far as I can go. Damn, I guess I gotta walk back some. All right, here you go. So it's a, I mean, I think it's called a tristar. Most of the people who are making these are pretty much, I think Uberti, or there might be another manufacturer. I mean, they just make them off the old. If you watch any cowboy movie, you're going to see an old long Colt 45 single action long Colt. Now, these are pretty simple guns. The trigger's simple because it's single action only. It doesn't work unless you pull back the trigger, and then you pull it, you let it go forward. And there's something about that cock that I just like. I love it. So, anyway, they usually have a little bit longer hammer, so in case I want to fan this, and to see if the gun's loaded, you gotta unload it and load it. So if you put it at half cock, that allows your cylinder to spin, so you can see if it's empty or not by doing a quick spin. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but basically when that's rolling, it's checking all the cylinders. That's how you would load it. If one of your rounds gets stuck, it has a little plunger here that goes through and will help knock out a round. Pretty simple gun. To take it apart, I mean, you just kind of basically pull out this pin here, and the whole cylinder comes out, which makes it really nice to clean. And I picked this up. I think they're going $550 or something new. This was $300 at a pawn shop, but it was kind of rusty, and the grips hadn't been taken care of. I oiled the grips up. The brass was all tarnished, so I kind of did a little bit of polishing up on the brass part. And they've only got the brass part on the I guess pistol area, so it's not taking a bunch of torque. All your torque is right here. So anyway, that 71-yard shot, I came out here, I cleaned it up. It's got just this shark fin, what I call a shark fin front sight. It's got the grooved, non-adjustable front sight. So these things aren't really known for accurate, but man, I was impressed. I come out here 71 yards, cocked it back, one hand, and hit that damn target at 71 yards with his gun. Now, I'm not the greatest shot in the world, but for a gun to be able to do that one-handed with me, I mean, obviously I got some fundamentals of trigger squeezing, sight alignment stuff, but that's a nice shot with this little gun at that distance. Now, you wouldn't be shooting guns like this, and the big thing that kind of people like about these guns is the fact that you can fan them. If I hold this trigger back, every time I pull the round, this cylinder spins, and it fires a round. And I don't have to do anything. So if I want to fan it, every time I do that, a round goes off. Now liberals, you know, they want to think that the only way you can fire fast is with a fancy semi-automatic. Bang, it's got a magazine. Woo, it's got 10 rounds. Ooh, it's scary. You know what? This thing I can knock off a few rounds pretty quick with this. But you got to practice with it. I don't practice with it, but I'm not a big fanner. I did fan a couple rounds just to make sure it works. It went pretty quick. For close distance, you can get the rounds off. Very, very light trigger. So if you got a trigger issue, because this trigger is so light and it doesn't move that much, when you're firing, although you have to cock the round back every time, you're still getting a very easy trigger pull. I'm not moving a whole bunch. I'm basically tightening my grip and the gun goes off. So semi-automatic, when you're shooting a pistol, anytime you shoot single action, tends to be a little more accurate. But it's also liability-wise, because once I cock this, it doesn't take much for the round to go off. Let's see here. What else did I find out was... Well, when I took it apart, again, it wasn't near as... I'm not even sure if the sun's out here showing because I got a big glare on the screen. The finish was really dull. And when I clean it up with some stuff I use, Strike, I think I've showed you that Strike Force, man, it really removes rust off bluing nice. Now, the hardened steel, amazingly, didn't really seem like it rusted up or got that dirty. I didn't get a bunch off of it. Now, brass, I used some of that Flitz that I use. It polished it right up. It took all the tarnish off. This gun was the dirtiest gun I ever cleaned in my life. It was freaking disgusting. I mean, I don't know how many patches I had to go through the barrel just to get the barrel clean. So I pulled this out and I took it apart completely. Took off these two back screws, screw at the bottom. I mean, this thing comes down really easy to clean. Give a good detailed cleaning. I came out here, put 6 rounds through it, hit that, you know, one-handed. Actually, I hit it one-handed, or twice this way and once one-handed, and then the other ones I just fanned. So I shot 6 rounds through it to make sure it functioned, and after I cleaned it, I went back upstairs, cleaned it up, polished it up, sprayed some oil on it, waxed it off. Great little gun. If you can find one of these cheap, I mean, I like them. The problem is, it's like a Derringer. You can't shoot it till you cock it back. Now, another problem that people have with these is because the hammer seats all the way, if you look right between here, you can see the hammer going in. I want you to look for this little piece here going right in between here, and that's what would hit your firing pin. See that little mark in there? You should be able to see it with the sun out here, because I can see it right here pretty easy. So if I can see it, you can see it. Now, they have what's called a half-cock safety, kind of like on a 1911. If I pull this back a little bit, it locks it right there, and you cannot see that little dot in there anymore. And you can't pull the trigger. So when this gun is loaded, I always have it at a minimum here. There is more of a half-cock there where the trigger does not work, and the gun won't go off. Now, can it go off? You drop it, kick it, hit it with a hammer? Sure. But that's the safety for this. So most people would carry them in their holster like that because you don't want that firing pin hitting that primer. If you have it like that and you can see that little pin going through the top of there, then you know that's going to hit the primer if there's a shell in here. So that's one of the major things. I mean, I wouldn't carry this cocked and locked like this because now, if I do accidentally hit the trigger, it's going to go off. But at a half cock, I can hit that trigger all day and it's not going to go off. So this is a good safe position. And again, before you fire it, that means there's another thing. I've got to draw it and cock it before I can shoot it. In a crisis that bad, it depends. If you train and practice, I mean, even though cowboy movies, the guys are actors and etc., you can still get pretty good with these guns if you practice with them. Just like any gun, anything you do. If you know, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. But I just thought it was a great little gun. For 300 bucks, I couldn't pass it up. I mean, he wanted like 4 something. And I was like, well, it's kind of got some rust and this. And somebody had put the pin, that's another thing I wanted to cover on one of these. Somebody had put this pin, when they put it together, because I was looking at it, I go, hey, this gun isn't going to shoot. He goes, what do you mean? Remember, you can see how you can see that little firing pin right in between there? It's gone. It's there. It's gone. It's there. So, when I looked at this gun, it wouldn't go forward. Well, when I got back and read the manual on what they did, the guy at the store was like, I don't know what's wrong. When I bought it, it worked. And I go, man, I don't think it's going to shoot it. So I'm always trying to find problems with guns when I buy them so I can whittle down a price. And he's like, man, I inspected that and I thought that worked. Well, somebody had pushed this the rod that takes the cylinder in and out. It's designed for a secondary safety for shipping. If you press this button in right here and then press this tube in, it pushes this tube out here and it makes it so the hammer will not go forward. You see that little gap? You notice how you don't see that? So the gun will not fire. And the reason they do that, they said the manufacturer, is for shipping or transporting. You can set it like that to make sure the gun doesn't fire. Now, if you're shipping or transporting, it probably shouldn't have bullets in it. if I got bullets in it, I want it to be able to fire, so I wouldn't use that. But that's liberal logic. You know, they love things like signs and safeties and things with color to keep you safe, and helmets and gloves and eye protection, and 14 seat belts and road signs and slower speed limits, and we gotta be safe because the liberals are gonna save us, and everything is dangerous, especially those guns. So that little piece right there, now when I pull this pin out, you're gonna notice that it fell. Did you see that? It won't go in now. I'm gonna put a little pressure on this pin, and as I move this out, now it goes down. And the pin is designed, this pin right here, if I pull this all the way out, the cylinder will come out. So it's designed to go in for the first click only. And then once the first click is there, it works fine. You can see the little firing pin right in between there. I'm trying to get all the way to the sun so you can see that. Hopefully you can see it. I can't see it because I'm looking at a little bitty screen. But anyway, the other good thing about these guns is they're great for spinning. If you want to spin them, you can spin them this way. You can spin them twice. Woo! And drop them. But, I mean, if you're spinning these, they're not going to go off. Now, you wouldn't see somebody spinning it like that. Because if you do, it's probably going to go click and go off. But when it's in the half cock or this position, you can spin this gun. It's got a small cylinder so your finger doesn't fall out. I mean, these guns are kind of heavy. They're not made for spinning. I guess for show or whatever, for goofing off. But great little gun. It shoots a 45. Some people call it long Colt. It's usually listed as 45 LC long Colt because a 45 auto is considered a short Colt or a 45 automatic. ACP means automatic Colt pistol. ACP. So, and basically a 45 ACP is a short 45 long Colt. Kind of like a 22 short is a short of a 22 long rifle. So the 45 long Colt is the original 45. Then they had the shorter ACP for the automatic. But anyway, great gun, great bullet, heavy bullet, fat bullet, good stopping power. Not real fast. Because it's not real fast, it doesn't have as much kick, but you're shooting a bigger bullet. So, but I mean, shooting this one hand, I mean, I'm not that big of a guy on recoil is a bad thing. So I didn't think it was that bad. The handle is considered a little bit lower. I don't know if it's the design of it because of the heaviness and the weight, whatever, but I don't know. I just figured I'd share this with you. It's a great gun. If you ever want to pick one up, things to look for, how to inspect it, make sure the trigger, make sure they put it back together. Easy to come apart, easy to clean. Great little gun to lay around. Again, the only drawback is when I pick it up, I have to do this. Now to me, this is no difference than me finding a safety and turning a safety off. Other people will say, no, that's not true, etc. But to me, if I gotta look at a gun, look for the safety, find it, and turn it off, what's the difference of doing that or doing this? Is there a difference? It's still an action, it's still a thought process, it's still something you have to do. Alright? So that's the 45 long Colt. I think it said tristar. There's a little 45 long Colt. I don't know if you guys can see that on there or read that. I don't know if y'all can read that or not. Anyway, great little gun. Shark fin, fixed sights. Shoots pretty damn good. I was pretty stinking impressed that I could hit that little target way out there with this gun with pretty much what I call open sights. Anyway, 71 yards. All right, we'll end that there.